thinks about all the times that he tried to have a child but was unsuccessful. He thought about all the promises that God had given to him. And he's looking down at his son, and you can see the tears welling up in his eyes. And he can feel the pain backing up in the throat of both Abraham and Isaac. Now Abraham reaches down to the side to find his knife. And when he grabs hold of the knife, you can see his hand trembling when he grabs the base of the blade. And now he's looking down at his son Isaac, and he grabs the blade. And when he grabs that blade, he's slowly bringing back his hand far enough so that the blade can puncture and penetrate the flesh of his son. And he's looking down at Isaac, but Isaac never moves. Let me stick there for a minute. How is it that Isaac never moves? Isaac learns that I can face the blaze of life if I lie down and lean on the presence of God. You can face the blaze of life when you lie down on the presence of God. Remember, God gave us a present, Emmanuel. God is with us. And whenever God is with us, no matter where we are, we have the confidence and the boldness to face anything that seems uncontrollable in life. Because when you have a God that's in control, everything has no control over you. Abraham has that blade over his son Isaac. And now Abraham draws that blade further back. And right when he's about to bring the blade down, Isaac takes his eyes off his father. And his eyes meet with the eye of that blade. And he's seeing that blade come down, and they hear a voice, "Stop." But I told you this was two tests. God said to Abraham, "Abraham, stay your hand." But Isaac heard, "Blade, stop." God said to Abraham, "Stay your hand." But Isaac heard, "Blade, stop." Let me talk to you for a minute. Isaac learned that when you rely on the presence of God to face the blade, the God that faces the blade with you is the God that's over the blade. Ain't nothing you gonna come against that don't pass through the hands of God first. Come on, talk to me. Ain't nothing I've faced, experienced, or felt that God ain't felt or experienced or faced for me first. Now Isaac was at that altar. He heard the voice of God say, "Blade, stop." At that moment, God became truly personal because he had to rely on God himself. He couldn't rely on his daddy God, but God of his daddy became his God. And at that moment, God said, "Blade, stop. Stay your hand. There's a ram stuck in the bush." Don't read that too fast. Hold on. He says, "Stop. There's a ram stuck in the bush." And at that moment when God hears this, Abraham hears this, and the same blade that was about to cut Isaac became the blade that Abraham used to free his son by cutting off the rope. Come on, talk to me for a minute. Somebody out there, y'all not understand, feel me for a minute. The ram or the lamb is on the way. The lamb is on the way. No, the lamb is on the way. If you lean on the presence of God just long enough, the ram will be on the way. And when the ram is on the way, God can use the same tool of your test as the tool of your testimony. And the tool of your testimony can be the tool of your freedom. But there's one key component that we cannot miss. How can my lamb be on the way and the tool of my freedom or the tool of my test become my tool of freedom? One thing, you got to show up for the test first. Listen, I'm almost done. My freshman year at Morehouse College, my physical science class, it was October 2001, fall of my freshman year at Morehouse College. It was Dr. Bach's class. And it was a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class at 9 a.m. in the morning. I don't know what I was thinking taking a class that early in college. It was Wednesday. And Dr. Box said, we got a test on Friday. Blew us all away. It's 35 of us in the class. And we were like, how are we going to have a test on Friday? It ain't on the syllabus. We didn't get no warning. How are we going to have a test on Friday, Dr. Bach? Bach said it's a test on Friday. So all night Wednesday, I was studying. All night Thursday, all evening and morning Thursday, me and the boys, we were studying for the test on Friday. And when we got to the class, I told you it was 35 of us in the class. But when we got to the class, only 15, 20 was there. And Dr. Bach passed out the test. He said, put your names and the date in the right-hand corner. We start writing our names and the date. 5 minutes in the test, Bach says, pass the test back to the front. We said, Dr. Bach, what are you doing? He said that anybody that shows up for the test would have got an automatic 100. I'm almost done now. But I want to tell you here that if you just show up for the test, God will provide a lamb that'll show up for you. And when you show up for the test, the lamb will show up if you just wait a little bit longer. I don't know who I am talking to here. And you may feel like the test is beyond your control. Oh, Lord, if you go on and show up for God's test, He surely will have the lamb on the way. Have I got a witness? Every time it feels like the tests are beyond my control. God said, show up and your tool of test shall become your testimony. Goodbye now, church, and may the Lord bless you real good. But every time I get a chance to say thank you, Lord, for all of my tests, I don't mind facing no test no more. Have I got a witness? Because I know that every test I'm not by myself. Every test I got God by my side. Oh Lord, every time I get a chance to say thank you, Lord, for turning my test into my tool of testimony. I can't waste no time no more because you don't know who's going through the same things that you are. Have I got a witness? May the Lord bless you real good. And I got to go. But remember, every time you face a test, God is on your side. Have I got a witness? He may not answer email, but answer an email. Have I got a witness? Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Won't He show up somehow? Won't He do it? Yes. Don't fool me now. Won't He do it? Hey. Yeah! Won't He do it? Oh, yeah! Somehow, won't He do it? Let the redeemed of the Lord say so. Yes! Yeah! Oh, yeah!